Assalamu alaikum guys, how are you? I hope you are all well. Today's my topic of discussion is about the nerve cells. Okay, so the central nervous system cells consist of two parts. There is a neurons, which I discussed in previous two videos. You must see that videos. And now today's I tell you about the another cells which supports the nerve cells, which is the glial cell, supporting cells of the central nervous system. Okay, so what are the cells are included in the central nervous system which supports us, the nerve cells? So the first cell is astrocytes, which is very important. Second cell is oligodendrocytes. Third cell is Schwann cells. Okay, and fourth cell is ependymal cells. Guys, you know ependymal cells are located where? The location of the ependymal cells located in the ventricles of the brain, which is a very important structure through which there is a secretion of the CSF, cerebrospinal fluid, also flowing the cerebrospinal fluid in the ventricles. So in the ventricles there is ependymal cells, which is also the glial cells, and some more cells are also. So first I am gonna explain to you about the astrocytes. Astrocytes cells are very important cells, and their function is involved in blood brain barrier, potassium buffers. There is a like neurotransmitter remove excess neurotransmitters when there is a excess neurotransmitter in the synaptic cleft. So the fourth function is glycogen reserve. So glycogen reserve, all these functions are related to astrocytes. So first function is blood brain barrier. We must know the layers of the blood brain barrier. What are the layers of blood brain barrier? The first layer is endothelial cells. Okay, first layer is endothelial cell, and between the endothelial cells there is a very tight junctions which connects the endothelial cells. Okay guys, you must know these tight junctions in the endothelial cell. I'm gonna differentiate to blood brain barrier and blood CSF barrier, which are the different. Okay, so the difference is the tight junctions. In blood brain barrier, the tight junctions are present in endothelial cell, first layer in the blood circulation. Okay, and the second layer is basal lamina. Basal lamina is the second layer, which is similar in blood CSF barrier. And the third layer is food processes of the astrocytes, which participate in the blood brain barrier. So what is the importance of blood brain barrier? Blood brain barrier importance is selective permeability. Some of the nutrients freely permeable to the blood brain barrier. Some of the drugs, chemicals are not allowed to pass to the blood brain barrier. If they pass to the blood brain barrier, then it cause very harmful effect on the brain, on the neurons of the brain. So blood brain barrier is very important. Guys, you remember the three layers of the blood brain barrier. So I tell you the functions of the astrocytes. Okay, there is a potassium buffer, there is a excess neurotransmitter which can secreted inside the synaptic cleft. To remove that excess neurotransmitter, we need astrocytes, and there is a glycogen reserve. So guys, this is the explanation about astrocytes. Now let's move towards the second cells, which is the oligodendrocytes, and there is a third cell which is Schwann cells. Oligodendrocytes are not in too much amount than the Schwann cell. The like I talk about the covering of the neurons. It provides the covering of the neurons. Oligodendrocytes covers the axons in the central nervous system, which include brain and spinal cord, and in the peripheral nervous system there is a covering called Schwann cell, have a same type of activity, but there is a some difference between these two cells. Is the first is the location, second one there is a oligodendrocyte. One oligodendrocytes cover 30 to 60 neurons. Okay, 30 to 60 axons, parts of the neurons, axons. Okay, and more than one Schwann cell cover only one neuron. Okay, this is also the difference. Third difference is oligodendrocytes. When oligodendrocytes damage, it cannot regenerate. but there is a Schwann cell is damaged, they can regenerate, they have capability to regenerate because of the one structure, neurolema is the structure which is the outer structure of the Schwann cell, which helps to regenerate the Schwann cells. Okay, so remember this neurolema. Okay, now the third, now the clinical relation between these two cells. If there is a demyelination of the oligodendrocytes, there is a disease called multiple sclerosis occur. Okay, if there is a demyelination of the Schwann cell, there is GB syndrome occur. So this is the difference between oligodendrocytes and the Schwann cells. So guys, I explain you the oligodendrocytes and Schwann cell, why it's important. Remember this, the neurons which is myelinated have a speed action potential. Okay, speedily action potential travels through the myelinated neurons than the unmyelinated neurons. So myelination is very important to conduct the impulse very fastly. Okay, now talk about the ependymal cells, which is the four glial cells. Okay, so in astrocytes I explain blood brain barrier, in ependymal cell I explain blood CSF barrier. Blood CSF barrier is the barrier which includes three layers, but their importance difference to the blood brain barrier is the tight junctions. So in first layer is endothelial cell, similar. Second layer is basal lamina, which is also the similar, but third layer is ependymal cells. Okay, third layer is what? Ependymal cells. Ependymal cells, in the ependymal cells there is a tight junctions, but in, if I talk about blood brain barrier, the tight junctions are present in which layer? Endothelial cells, but in blood CSF barriers tight junctions is present in ependymal cell. So there is a three layers of blood CSF barrier. Why it is important? It's important for the selective permeability. Okay, not all the things move from this barrier. Most specific and selective permeability are passing through these structures. Okay, so blood CSF and blood brain barrier. So the last cell is microglia. Okay, microglia is the last glial cells, which is very important. How it is important? Because it when it active, okay, when it active due to the nerve injury, when microglia is active, how first I we know about the where it drives from. It drives from the bone marrow monocytes. Okay, monocytes differentiate into microglia. Okay, when its microglia is active, when there is a nerve damage, microglia is active, and it release a type of chemicals which is harmful for our body, for of the neurons, and cause more and more severe inflammations. So what type of chemicals? It's oxygen reactive species like cytokines, which cause more inflammation. Okay, so these are the very important cells of the inflammation. More and more occur when these cells are active. For example, if I give you the explanation, like HIV virus. Okay, HIV virus loves to act on the microglia cells, and due to that there is a lot of inflammations occur. So HIV virus is very dangerous virus. So HIV-1 is caused to activation of the microglia cells. Okay, you remember these cells. Okay guys, all of these cells are the glial cells of the brain, which supports the nervous system, also the peripheral system. Okay, so guys, I have one question for you. Please tell me the astrocytes, name of the astrocytes which is present outside the central nervous system, is the different name. Okay, it's a question for you. Please answer me in the comment. So please like, share and subscribe this video, and press the bell icon for the new notifications. And I'm gonna explain you in future videos. I'm gonna explain to you in a specific like diagram form, and like this type of structure. I draw the structure and explain to you. Okay, with a little bit explanation, which is very important. Okay guys, see you, goodbye. Thanks for watching my previous videos, and if guys not watch previous video, please watch must that video, because I talk about the some important points which is very important if we learn the basic of the neurology. So guys, goodbye, thank you, and please remember my question. what are the astrocytes which are present in the peripheral nervous system, have a say similar functions. Okay, name the astrocytes, which is astrocyte is present in the brain and spinal cord central nervous system, but the similar cells are present in the peripheral nervous system, but that their name is different, okay, than astrocytes. So write in the comment the name of that astrocytes like activity cells. So guys, goodbye, take care.